everybody, someone from welcome back to a brand new. Let's get right into it. Nor the fit, nor the hair. I just came back from working out, but I wanted to deliver this video because I was right. You seen the title, you seen the thumbnail. Jake Paul just came out and pretty much just not leaked, but pretty much revealed the rules of him versus Tank. Now this confirms that if you didn't know, I made a video a few months ago saying Jake Paul versus Tank are supposed to fight and will most likely happen next. Looking like I'm right. Looking like, first of all, if you didn't know, Jake Paul versus Tank was supposed to happen. You heard that right. If Tank would have beaten Lamar Roach, his next fight would have been Jake Paul in an expedition fight. Jake Paul just revealed it. Jake Paul lady said there was already marketing. It was already done. Like there was the poster done. The video's done. He literally said there was people. His team went out, like the promoter went out to ask people in New York, wherever they were, to ask who you think will win that fight, Jake Paul or Tank. So they were already about to make this fight. It was 99% done. The only thing that was left was for obviously Tank to win his fight against Lamar Roach. Obviously that didn't happen. Lamar Roach put up a great fight. He almost beat Tank, and he tied with Tank, even though Tank should have lost that fight, right? Now we're here, and now it's looking like it's still going to happen, but it's still going to happen. That's all I'm going. It's still going to happen. Like, obviously, Tank knows where the money is, right? It's kind of sad what I'm about to say, but it's true. Tank knows that Jake Paul will give him the most money out of any fight, except Inoue, right? Except that Inoue fight, because in my mind that's the only fight that really will give him a big paycheck. But let's be real, Jake Paul will be Tank's biggest paycheck. It's sad. I know a lot of people gonna hate that I say that, but it's true. Nobody 135, nobody 140 can give the paycheck that Jake Paul can give Tank. It's fucked up that Jake Paul, a fucking, let's be honest, a YouTuber boxing, is the only person to give Tank their biggest paycheck. And it's true. Shakur, fuck no. I'm sorry, Shakur Tank is not a really big matchup, right? That's really live. Ryan Garcia versus Tank is not a really big matchup either, right? The only matchup that would probably pay more than Jake Paul versus Tank is Inoue versus Tank. And I don't see that happening anytime soon, because Inoue is still at 122, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, he's still at 122. He's still got 126, 130 to go, and then he's at 135. So again, I just don't see Inoue versus Tank happening. So Tank knows that, okay, me versus Inoue is probably not going to happen soon. Jake Paul is sadly the only person who will give me fucking fuck you money, that will give me probably 20 million plus to fight him. And again, Netflix is paying it, so he's like, fuck it, let me do this. And it's looking like it may be next, because Jake Paul just revealed the rule set. I'm a issue with it, right? So if you want to know, the rule set is simple. It's an expedition fight. The pound limit is 195. We're gonna talk about that, because Jake Paul, like, he said some shit that didn't make sense, right? No restrictions, right? So meaning that you can knock out motherfuckers. I don't know if it means that they gonna have 8 ounces or 10 ounces gloves. I don't know what no restriction means. I just think no restrictions means that, oh, you can do whatever. Now you can do whatever you want, but it's a boxing match, right? You can knock his ass out. You can TKO him. There's no 8 count. There's no nothing. There's no knockdown rules yet, so you can knock the motherfucker out. And it'll be a 10-round, 3-minute fight, right? So, again, it's crazy the fact that I even talk about it. The fact that there's rules, meaning that it's most likely going to happen. The fact that there's already rules, the fact that Jake Paul is already talking about it like it's already done, is going to happen. Most likely this is going to happen. Tank's been looking for that money fight. There's really nobody who's able to give him the money fight, and this is the only person who can. Let's talk about the 195 limit. Because there's a lot of people confused on Instagram. A lot of people confused, like, wait. What do you mean 195 limit? Tank cannot fucking go 195. Now, it's not your fault, because Jake Paul also did some dumb shit. So if you know, while in the interview, he said, oh, it's going to be a 195 limit. And Ariel Helwani, because this happened Ariel Helwani show, he asked, wait, so Tank is going to move up to 195? And Jake Paul was like, oh, yeah, we both got to make 195. He obviously didn't mean that, because there's no way in fucking hell Tank is going to move up to Ori 1 to 195. There's no way. I can bet you my whole life savings, right? That there's no way Tank, who is 5'5", is gonna move to 195 and make 195 pounds. It's just impossible, bro. It's impossible, right? So what I think he meant was he can only weigh up past the limit. If you didn't know, I'm pretty sure it's gonna do the same way that fucking Jake Paul brother, funny enough, it did with Floyd Mayweather. If you don't know, Floyd Mayweather had a expedition fight against Logan Paul, and in that expedition fight, obviously Logan Paul and Floyd's not in the same weight class, right? But what happened there was Logan Paul had a limit, and it was 190, and he couldn't rehydrate himself from a certain pound, right? I'm pretty sure it was 200, so he has to weigh 190, and the most he could hydrate himself is 200. And Floyd can come in whatever pounds he wants. He come at 140. I don't know what pounds Floyd Mayweather weighed in, but pretty much he can weigh in at everything. But Logan Paul can't. He has to. He had a rehydration clause. All my boxing heads know this. He put a rehydration clause on this. So that's the same thing with Jake Paul. Jake Paul has to weigh in at 195. He probably can't rehydrate himself from a certain weight. Most likely, it's probably the weight that he can rehydrate himself is 205 or 210. Because again, motherfucker, it's a 200 pound. No, it's a 230 pounder. Because if you didn't know, he weighed 230 to fight Mike Tyson, right? So it's a 230 motherfucker who's almost 6 foot, about 5'11", fighting in 5'5", 135 natural. Because we all know Tank barely cut weight for 135, fighting 135 natural. Again, this is stupid. I agree with all of y'all who calling this fight stupid, who don't like this fight. I agree with y'all, right? Don't try coming here and be like, oh, you want this fight? No, I'm just a man. Don't shoot the messenger, right? Don't shoot the messenger, man, right? Don't shoot me. I'm just delivering the news, right? These are the rules. Expedition fight. Also, let's talk about the expedition fight, because Jake Paul was trying to make this a pro fight. You heard me right. Jake Paul was trying to sanction this fight as a pro fight. And I'm like, what the fuck? The fact that he almost did that shit just shows that boxing may be corrupt. Like, the fact that he would, because he said he would try and do it. The fact that he even had a chance to do it is crazy. The fact that he had a chance to sanction him versus Tank as a pro fight when they probably not go even near the same way at all is crazy. I want to know what commission. Please, Jake Paul, tell us what commission that was going to commission this, who censored this, so we can investigate their ass for being corrupt. Because in what world does this fight is censorable? What world is this fight is commissioned or censored to be a pro fight? It makes no fucking sense how this fight can even be a pro fight, right? The fact that he was trying, the fact that Jake Paul was even trying to make this a pro fight, it's kind of like, yo, are you good, bro? Like, are you? Come on, man, Jake Paul. How the fuck you gonna have a fucking 5'5" as a pro fight 135er? Again, crazy work, right? But still, the fact that it's still happening is even crazier. It's gonna be expedition. Also, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I don't know when the last round Jake Paul did that many rounds, because the Mike Tyson fight was, I think, 8 rounds, 2 minutes, or 10 rounds, 2 minutes. And he did that because, you know, Mike Tyson's an old ass motherfucker. So, of course, they needed to do that for his health. So, 10 rounds, 3 minutes, no restriction, meaning that they could probably knock each other out. There's no knockdown rule. It's going to be 195 limit, meaning again that he can't pass a certain weight when he rehydrate himself, and he's going to have to weigh in at 195. That's going to be the weight class pretty much he's fighting in, right? Tank can probably weigh in wherever he fucking wants. Fucking 140, 147, 150. Honestly, I don't know what weight. I don't know how. Really, this fight makes no sense. Let's talk about this fight again. What weight fucking is Gervonta Tank Davis go weigh in, right? 140, he's probably gonna try weighing the max he could, right? 150. It just, this fight doesn't make sense, man. This fight doesn't make sense. It's like a circus, right? This Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis, it's a circus, right? It's a circus fight. I like calling it circus fights because during the circus, it's stupid, it's goofy, it's, you know, it's foolery, right? But you can't keep your eyes away from him because it's interesting, right? It's entertaining. That's what this is. Tank versus fucking Gervonta Davis is entertaining. It's a circus fight. Like, what's happening over there? This look interesting. Let me watch it, right? And I feel like it's most likely going to be on Netflix. A lot of people go watch it. A lot of fucking people go watch it because we're like, how the fuck does this work? Like, because this is the first time a active pro fighter is fighting Jake Paul, right? It almost happened with Canelo, right? Canelo almost fought Jake Paul. It was this close, right? Either if you believe he wasn't, wherever, it was close, right? Well, the difference is Canelo is close to weight with Jake Paul, at least, right? Canelo's a super middleweight, far light heavyweight. He's more closer and the same, you know, big wise, body wise as Jake Paul. And we all think Canelo will whoop Jake Paul ass because he has power. He has a power like a freight train. Even Bivol, who's a light heavyweight, told him that, hey, Benavidez and Canelo have the same power. It's just that Canelo, it's his third punches. It's the punch that he loads up that has the power, but Benavidez, all his punches has the power. So it's telling you like, yes, this motherfucker got light heavyweight power. But it's fucking Tank, a lightweight, a 135er, someone who weighs 70 pounds more than you, someone who is 6 more inches than you, who is double their size. That's who you're fighting. At least with Canelo is near your size. With this motherfucker, it's dead ass. What can you say? Like, it's crazy how this fight is probably gonna go through. It's crazy how why does Tank want to take this? My opinion, right? The reason why I think Tank is most likely taking this is he's probably gonna retire at this fight. My opinion is that when Tank fights Jake Paul, which is rumored to meet next, the rules is already set. They have posters already, right? I think this is Tank's last fight. Honestly. Because he's probably going to weigh in, what, 147? The highest he ever did in his career. Because he has to. He's fighting a fucking 195er who's probably going to balloon up to 210. Probably going to have rehydration clause, but still going to be 200 plus pounds. I don't think it's smart for this motherfucker to to balloon up to fucking whatever, 147, 160, to bulk up. Because you need to fight Jake Paul and then go back down to 135. And like, no, that it doesn't work like that, right? So also, this motherfucker is a world champion. The fuck whoever sends like the world champion, the WBA, WBC, what champion he has, they will have to trip him, right? He's gonna have to vacate that belt, right? Because there's no way you let him keep that belt but let him fight Jake Paul. Like, no, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be fucking fuming, right? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be fucking fuming if the champion is the WBC, WBA, whoever Tank champion has. I'm gonna be mad if they don't trip Tank when he fights Jake Paul. If he fights Jake Paul, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. You wanna know why? Because Usyk, as soon as Usyk won the undisputed champion, they fucking said, alright, fight this mandatory. No? Tricked. Canelo, they did the same thing. Oh, you don't want to fight this lesser name and not get a lesser bag? Tricked. Both an undisputed champion got stripped and didn't become undisputed. Fucking Canelo had to fight William Skull. Lady, the IBF made us watch that fight against William Skull. Look how that fight turned out. Horrible fight. And that's all because the IBF wanted him to fight William Skull earlier. So the fact that you wanted us to see this horrible ass fight earlier, and also Usyk is finally getting his IBF champion back. Like he's fighting for being undisputed 3 times. So the fact that both of them got undisputed as soon, like literally not even a month later, when both of them didn't want to fight the mandatory. So if Tank goes and fight a fucking, I don't want to call him a YouTuber, but that's what he is. If he fucking go and fight Jake Paul, and whoever champion he has doesn't trip him, I'm gonna get tight. Cause now you're playing favorites. Cause now you're like, okay, no, it's just no. That's fucking bullshit. You can't trip Canelo and Usyk for not fighting their mandatory, but don't trip Tank if he's going to fight Jake Paul. That's completely bullshit. There's no way you can do that. Tank is most likely not going to fight again at 135. He's going to fight Jake Paul. It just, no. No. That's really all I got to say. He better not have the world champ. He better get stripped. Because if they allow him to get a recess or wherever, I'm going to get tight. Because again, I know it's different body censure, but still, IBF, I swear, that ass, bro. Look at the news, bro. Even fucking, what's his name? Bivol just got, he had to vacate his belt because he wanted to do a trilogy. I forgot which belt was like, nah, fight your mandatory in Benavides. If you don't fight your mandatory, we go vacate your belt. And everybody knows, okay, Bivol's like, okay, Benavides is a good fight, yes, but he's not going to give me that much money if Prince Turkish go offer, because Prince Turkish wants me versus Benavides, right? Even Prince Turkish said, nah, I'm not gonna bet on that fight. I don't want to see Benavides versus Bivol. I want to see Bivol versus Benavides for for trilogy. I'm not undisputed, but for the trilogy fight, right? So he's like, nah, I don't want to fight a mandatory. I want to get more money and fight Benavides. And Benavides not an easier fight because again, he got beaten by him. So again, it's a close fight if you fight Benavides. The orc is like, alright, fuck you, vacated. You're tripped. So I swear to God, bro, I'm gonna go on a big rant. If fucking Tanks does fight Jake Paul and whoever champ he got doesn't trip him, I'm gonna get mad. Cause every other undisputed, it's not like Tank is undisputed, he's just holding one belt. All the other undisputed champion got stripped because they didn't fight their mandatory. Canelo, Usyk, Benavides, all three of them, Bivol, my fault, all three of them, you know what they have in common? Not even a month later, when they won, they didn't fight their mandatory because the other fight they wanted was going to make them more money. They tripped their ass. I swear to God, if they don't do the same thing for Tank, I'm going to get mad. But anyways, guys, that's the whole video. Again, I know not a lot of people go like this. I know not a lot of people go like this fight. I'm like, fuck it, bro. Like, whatever. Jake Paul's, like, we're gonna see more type of this fight. It's so weird. Because at least when Logan Paul fought Floyd Mayweather, Floyd was retired. He's been doing expedition, so it was normal. This is the first time an active fighter is doing expedition fight against Jake Paul. And an active pound for pound fighter. And it's also worse that it's a 135 or a 5'5", like someone who's way beneath Jake Paul weight class, right? And it's just crazy to me. Anyways, let me know what you think about it. Most likely happening. These are the rules. And yeah, let me know what you think. Fuck off.